Manever I say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there, I see them yopo.
You are most welcome to PENDREAM TV, the only channel that brings you the best and latest updates in politics. If you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell for more updates, like and also share to other members to watch as well. Please, your comments are most important to us. Do leave a comment after watching or send us your voice note on our WhatsApp number, which is 0277 128 777. Thank you. Please, I would like you to join me listening to what we have for you today and leave a comment after watching as well. Thank you.
In fact, his member of parliament for Cape Coast South, Honorable Okujeto Ablakwa, I think a day after the demonstration, made this post on Facebook. May I respectfully assure the revered chiefs and good people of the central region who have called us for a patriotic partnership to stage the next hands of our hotel demonstration, since they are vehemently opposed to the sale of Elmina Beach Hotel and Rich Royal Hotel, both in the central region, that we have unanimously agreed and resolved to hold a similar massive protest in the central region if President Akufo-Addo fails to stop the sales within the next few days. So it could be heading to your constituency very soon. This further, Honorable Okujeto Ablakwa again. It says checks on the ownership details of the 6 companies shortlisted in the controversial sale of Sneeze Hotels confirm that Spartan I don't know what this Ives Limited is owned by Freddie Blaze's son, Kwao Osamao Blay. Apparently, Freddie Blaze's son, Kwao, has bigger plans for Labadi Beach Hotel beyond controlling its lucrative beachfronts. The latest information pointing to a spirited effort by Mr. Blay to purchase Nice hotels after his infamous beachfront encroachment is certainly bound to create fresh credibility crisis for Mr. Freddie Blay, who claimed only last week, amidst issuing threats that his sons have never been interested in capturing or owning Sneeze hotels. In fact, Honorable Okujeto Ablakwa has responded to Mr. Brani Champon's there, but says he doesn't want any of the things that he said he was going to give him. Lawyer, let's hear you.
Yeah, so, Senator, I want to take this opportunity to wish you a good morning. Wish Uncle Kwesi Prez a good morning. And I was really engrossed in the submission of Honorable here. Fantastic submission, and I must say that is a submission that I want to associate with on all fours, on all fours. My own Don, it's a long time since we met. Hopefully we can have a very fantastic discussion here. And like I said, as in the Honorable has set a very great tone, and I hope I can follow, and all of us can follow in service to our country. And also wish your lovely viewers a good morning. But I want to say that as much as I say that I stand on all fours with what he said, I'm particularly want to emphasize what he said concerning how huge this issue is. In fact, that this issue is bigger than Brian. It's bigger than any one of us. You get it, because see, you can look at this issue from so many angles, and our attempt to even go into the finance side. He's here, the Don himself is here. I think they will do a fantastic job at that. But also, if you take into consideration the fact that ILO actually is saying that by 2030, 36, states may not be able to pay the contributions of the old people as an other time, I'm sure, which will likely include most of us here. SNET will not be able to pay as in the way it is being run. Now, if that is what is at stake, and we vote a president into office, and the Constitution advises the president to have certain policy considerations in mind when he's taking certain decisions, and one of which is, as in the chapter 6 of the Constitution, in fact, not to quote what he says. So when you read the social objectives of our Constitution, particularly Article 37, 6b, that the state shall provide social assistance to the aged, such as will enable them to maintain a decent standard of living. You understand? If you understand, as in the thorough submission of Honorable here, then this matter borders on the well-being of every citizen of this country. It borders on the well-being because at the end, the state is the biggest investor, so they invest in projects, they make available funds in the capital market. And we know that usually in highly developed countries, the pension funds are the source or the soul of economic transformation, because you need money to be transformed. You understand? And because of the long-term nature of pension funds, usually in highly developed countries, that's the source for their transformation. And also the fact that they also provide some sort of security. And I think the word security is captured in their name for the aged. Because of, and the fact that SNIT every month, imagine, all of us, all the working force in Ghana, everybody contributes about, SNIT gets about, you said 11 or 13 point something percent of our money goes into SNIT. Now, what that for me does is that then it puts a huge burden on the president. It puts a huge burden on the president when issues concerning SNIT come up or are in the fore. For me, I know I want to just limit myself to what this represents or stand for the kind of leadership we've been given by the president, taking into consideration the comments he made when this issue came up. Because when this issue came up, an issue that really exposes the president as having failed to deliver on every single aspect of the oath he took. Yes, because what this issue can lead us to is one, a situation where the 37.6 I'm talking about cannot be fulfilled. You understand? But beyond that, where the president is sitting down aloof and allowing his cabinet minister to breach the public trust that the people of this country have in him. The trust that really is holding together our constitutional democracy. Because we are a republic. Because when you read the oath of governance or the presidential oath, it keeps on mentioning the Republic of Ghana. So because it's a republic, then what it essentially means is that the re being the sovereign, the public being the people, you need their confidence, you need their trust for the system of governance to work. Because we give our powers to the politician, to the president, who then gives it to his ministers. So that if any act is done that can potentially undermine that trust, then the president is putting the whole country in a situation where this constitution, this republic, will be undermined, will be in danger. Because if the people lose faith in the ability of political leadership, in the ability of political leadership, not only to grant on its promises of leadership, but where we believe that they are using the powers that we give them essentially to enrich themselves, then it breaks that trust. And once that trust is broken, what it does is that it then creates some form of threat to the republic and to the constitution. Because, honestly speaking, I cannot believe that Brian Champon, a cabinet minister, will even put himself in this situation in the first place. And having put yourself in this situation, you let's say you do not have regard to the public trust that is created in you as a cabinet minister, but having then, or your attention having been drawn by the reaction of the people of Ghana to be making the sort of arguments he's making, and then the attitude of the president, the attitude of not just the NPP members, because I've actually also heard shockingly an NDC MP attempt to defend this clear evidence of massive depravity in leadership on the altar of friendship. Because once again, what another way is saying is it is bigger than Brian Champon. It's even bigger than the president. Because what is at stake is the republic itself. That's what is at stake. That is what is at stake. And so if we, the citizens of Ghana, all of us, pledge to defend the constitution of Ghana, then we should come together. It shouldn't be about your partisan coloring, and defy and fight against the wanton destruction of the Republic of Ghana being championed by the president himself. being championed by the president, because the president said in his oath that he was going to be faithful to the Republic of Ghana. So then why do you consistently put Ghana in a situation where the system that we've taken upon ourselves, believing that is the best system that can protect the interests of the people of Ghana, is the best system that can protect the integrity of this country? Why do you continuously expose the survival of the system by decisions or non-decisions you make? Because immediately Brian Champon did this. If indeed you had any regard to the oath you took to be faithful to Ghana, and if you understood the potential of what Brian Champon to do to undermine the integrity of our state, immediately you will sack him. Immediately you will sack him. But this is the first time. This president sat down and allowed the interior minister to go and say that he was going to grant about 30 slots to NPP parliamentary candidates. Now, if you understand the role the police or the security agency plays in keeping together our republic, and the fact that the reason why we have this republic and we have this constitution, because we believe that it's the best way in which our personal liberties, our lives, and our right to pursue our own individual happiness can be fulfilled. So you should always have regard to that. So that if, at the end, the institutions that the constitution has created to enable us achieve that goal, and you, the president, having taken an oath, not only to be faithful to Ghana, but to preserve, protect, and defend the constitution of Ghana, that you are going to dedicate yourself to the well-being of the people of Ghana, and an understanding that if these institutions, if the republic collapses or is placed in the position where it can collapse, then clearly the purpose for which this system was created in the first place, and the system that you yourself took an oath to protect, is going to be undermined. Then what you are doing is to open up the republic to unnecessary threats. You understand? So the Brian Champon situation, the interior minister's situation, where clearly the security agencies were going to be undermined because you are going to put party apparatchiks there, people not on the you are going to make appointments not on the basis of merit. If you take the Galamsey issue, the fact that they're into a trust was created by the president has allowed party apparatchiks to, as it were, steal the property of the state. If you take into consideration the extent to which government properties are being sold, like Chichinga, the cantonment lands, the way they are distributed to themselves like Chichinga, then clearly what this by Champon issue is bringing or is exposing is a fundamental lack of integrity of the leadership of Nana Akufo-Addo and its impact on the survival of our republic itself. That is what is happening. And the fact that when this matter has been brought to him, all he could say is that his employment minister should go and have a discussion with organized labor. Does he appreciate and understand the oath he took? Or is it the case that the purpose for which he became president or wanted to become president was not to protect all of our collective interest, and that he was pursuing a parochial agenda? Is that the case? Because Sesena is becoming one too many. It's becoming one too many. As in, if really you understand that to be faithful to Ghana, to protect, preserve, defend the constitution of Ghana, to dedicate yourself to the well-being of Ghana, is going to be undermined if, by your appointments, people do not even believe in the fairness or the ability of the Electoral Commission to be fair. You understand? Because there should always be certain critical policy considerations or purpose for which will dictate the kind of decisions you make. You should always have at the back of your mind. So every decision you take as the president of this country, you should have at the back of your mind the oath you took. That is this decision I'm making, Or is the use of the powers I've given to any of my ministers, are they using it in a manner that is adverse to the oath I took? So when you, the president, you head up by a champion, a cabinet minister, has put in a bit, because you have had arguments, very interesting arguments. In fact, I want to use the word pedestrian arguments, that because of the separate legal entity concept, the fact that a company is different from its owner. It's not Brian Champon buying it. It's different. But the question is, who is the beneficial owner of Rock City? Where Rock City makes dividends, profits, where would the dividends go? You'll get a picture. So clearly, your cabinet minister has taken a decision that, beyond breaching the public code, even captured in our constitution, is breaching the public trust, and it can potentially undermine the confidence the people of Ghana have in the republic, in the people we've given our powers to. You, the president, when you heard this, when they asked you, did you ask yourself this simple question? In the way Brian Champon is acting, does it represent his being faithful, or my being faithful to the Republic of Ghana? In the way SNIT is being run, to the extent that SNIT is being run, or the decisions that the people in SNIT, the trustees are taking, or the directors are taking, because the directors that you, the president, appointed. Because you understand, SNIT is the statutory public trust. You understand? So it's no regular company, it's a statutory public trust that's owned by the government of Ghana. You understand? Which, at every point in time, ultimate responsibility on how well SNIT is run, what to aid the republic achieve the objectives and the social objectives. In how the directors are behaving, does it represent my being faithful, as when I say my, the president, my being faithful to the Republic of Ghana? Because if at the end of the, under your watch, the directors you've chosen to SNIT are running SNIT in such a way that by 2036, SNIT won't have funds to pay pensioners, potentially breaking the social structure of this country. Potentially. Because if SNIT can't pay its pensions, just imagine the pressure that will be put to bear on the Republic. And the president, you have no issue. So the president, you're okay. You're okay with SNIT being run in such a way as to expose the citizens of this country to the mayhem that it can potentially cause. You have no issue. So we talk about corruption. The president said he was going to fight corruption. That's why they did this special prosecutor issue. He does not think that what Brian is doing amounts to corruption. He does not see that selling public property to your cohorts amounts to corruption. Or we think corruption is just when money exchanges hands. But a minister, a public official at the highest level, cabinet minister, is attempting to use that influence to purchase public property. And you don't think that is corruption? Because in this battle against corruption, the number one weapon is the president's own personal integrity. It's the president's own personal integrity. And he does not think that his cabinet minister attempting to purchase public company does not amount to corruption. He doesn't say anything wrong. He doesn't see it that way. The question I told Nana, is he a leader at all? Because you are the president of Ghana, that is positional. But at the end of the day, you are supposed to be the leader of Ghana. That's why you take an oath to be faithful to Ghana. That's why you take an oath to preserve, to defend the constitution of Ghana. You understand? So, for me, yes, I commend Okujeto He's doing great, but it's a worry that it must always be Okujeto, or over the course of 32 years, it was looks as if it's always the job of whichever political party is the minority in government to be battling the ills in leadership. And what's even more worrying is the lack of principle of our politicians. Clearly. What was so in the first in JJ Rawlings' time? I remember I was a young boy then, but I remember the uproar and the issues made concerning Nana Kunedu's attempt to buy or the Insawam country. As in when the fact that he even went to, he was even tried, he went to court and all. I remember comments made by certain people belonging to the NPP party, and most of these were still around. Now, when President Kufuor came into power, there were issues about NPP people attempting to buy public property. Indeed, I remember the first time, well, not the first time, but I think one of the earlier times when Okujeto came into the public was a claim that, not a claim, the MPP chairman, MPP chairman, who was his name, Jacob, attempt to buy a bungalow that he has stayed in. You recall. Then I also recall the uproar in this country, especially from then the MPP members, when the state gave concessions to the brother of President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, as in the concessions. So when what's it called? Concessions were given to Ibrahim. That one, it was not buying and selling. It was not the fact that did he have the capacity to undertake those mining projects or not. You see, and so this politics of when I'm in opposition, I criticize, and then when I come into power, I'm seen to be doing the same thing, must end. Because there seems to be a fundamental lack of regard to principle in this country. A fundamental lack of regard to principle. And so these same people who criticize similar acts, like Honorable rightly said, it's gone on for some time, but we need to draw a line and say that never again should we, and you see, and it's because I'm thinking that it's because people in leadership, well, we the Ghanaians ourselves, we seem to lack a certain regard to the ethics of leadership. That's done. So if it means that, because you see, when you take the constitution of the USA, I think it's about.
Please wrap up for me on that.
So when you see the constitution of the USA, it's about 5-6 pages. There's a reason why our constitution is that big, because I think we all came to a realization because of the way we are thinking. Let's put everything in paper so that there's no ambiguity as to the way things are going. I'll call on Ghanaians that we should push for this. That beyond the public code of conduct enshrined in our constitution, probably we come out with a clear ethical code for ministers and cabinet ministers. Clear one. We don't want any ambiguity. Now, when you are a cabinet minister, because of what is at stake, because of the potential of your actions to kill the trust the public has in public leadership, then you cannot do A, B, C, D, E, F. We don't leave it. Because of the potential. So, for me, I certainly had a lot more to say, but I wish to end by saying that, listen, we condemn this potential. It must be stopped. The president must at least try and reclaim a little bit of his integrity by stopping this sale immediately and ordering an investigation into the acts of his minister. After he, the president himself, paid the terms of the oath he took, that if he breaches his oath, the 3 oaths: to be faithful, to preserve and defend the Constitution, to dedicate himself to the well-being, that if he breaches any of them, that he shall subject himself to the laws of Ghana. I call on him to subject himself because he's clearly breached all. But at the end of the day, what is at stake is bigger than he, the president himself. It's bigger than Brian Champo. It's bigger than any one of us. What is at stake is about the integrity of the system of governance we have taken to protect our lives, our liberties, and our right to our happiness. And we should not sit down and allow that purpose to be breached.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let me do a few comments that have been sent by Facebook. This is Elder Joseph Isiama Donko, who says, Senna, pensioners' monthly allowance increased 15% instead of 25% in January 2024. Our allowances are eroded by the current economic situation. We are worse off currently. Alasan Hamdan said, let's ask ourselves why always Honorable Ablakwa. Is it the only MP in Ghana? Is it the only person fighting for the interests of the nation? Meaning, if Honorable Ablakwa was not in parliament, then people would have sold all state properties to their party leaders and we wouldn't have known. God bless Honorable Ablakwa for the good work he's doing for Mother Ghana. May he may he be president one day in Ghana. Kofi Salmon says, let us all learn to speak truth to power. Our opinion leaders, chiefs and clergies have misled us. They are, for all you know, in bed with the Kufuor's government. There's Rasp Hill Mafo, who wants to know how many years Brian Champo contributed to SNIT. There's Senior Sly, who is also joining us. Since the wind of change is coming, John Mahama and NDC is coming, but mere bragging and deceiving Ghanaians continuously promising things he knows he can't deliver. Let's reject him and kick NPP out coming elections, period. There's Abdullahi Silla, who, okay, I will address that issue later. Kujo Fisi says, please, which NDC MP is supporting Brian Champo's Rock City bid to acquire majority shares in those new hotels under discussion? Vondi. I think I know the member of parliament, okay. And he said that way?
From the central region, yeah.
Okay. So you've heard him say?
Yes.
Oh.
He's in my caucus, so I'm supposed to bring a disciplinary action
against him because of
Central Region caucus, of which I chair. Central Region MPs and NDC minority MPs.
So this is currently before you as the chairman of the caucus?
Yes.
Thank you. There's Tamimo Issa, who says it will be unforgivable for well-meaning NPP members to endorse another arrogant candidate like Napo, given their past experience with Akufo-Addo. In 2008, they overlooked Akufo-Addo's arrogance and elected him as their presidential candidate, a decision they have come to regret. They must remember President Kufuor's advice on electing arrogant Akufo-Addo in 2008. There's Juliana D. Nelson says, did Akufo-Addo not say it was immoral for his then government appointees to buy government buildings at Donkumi when Jake, then CJ, etc. were grabbing? Trewajuin says, Ghana is not being governed by Akufo-Addo and Bawumia. Ghana has been invaded by insurgency and barbaric criminals. So those are some of the comments you're sending to us via Facebook. I'll go to the WhatsApp message after I'm done with Don.
Thank you for staying to PENDREAM TV. Really appreciate your time. Please, if you have not yet subscribed as a new member, please do so for us. Hit the notification bell, like and also share to other members to watch as well. Make sure you share to other members on your contact list or on your group chats. Thank you.
PENDREAM TV now, so far so good. Say open online portal e Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.